Hello everyone. Today we will be learning the synthesis and transformation topic, interchangeable word classes, focusing on changing verbs into nouns. In this lesson, we will focus on identifying nouns and verbs, transforming some verbs into nouns by changing the way they are spelled. We'll also learn to transform verbs into nouns by adding suffixes ment and -al, and transform sentences after changing verbs to nouns. What are nouns? They are used to name living and non-living things such as people, places, and ideas. They can be concrete or abstract. Concrete nouns are those that you can see, hear, touch, smell, and taste. Abstract nouns are those that you cannot experience with your five senses. Some examples of concrete nouns are tables, chairs, and classmate. Some examples of abstract nouns are hunger, lesson, and dream. Some abstract nouns have suffixes added, such as payment and dismissal. In the word payment, the suffix ment is added to the verb pay to give you the abstract noun payment. In the word dismissal, the suffix -al is added to the verb dismiss to give you the abstract noun dismissal. What are verbs? They demonstrate action, such as walk or was walking. You can change some verbs into nouns by changing the way they are spelled. Below are some examples. What are the nouns in the sentence below? The magician's arrival brought excitement to the children. There are altogether 4 nouns in the sentence. How do we transform sentences by changing verbs into nouns by adding suffix ment? Let's take a look at this question. The minister announced early closure of schools. Students could now take a longer term break. Let's suppose you're supposed to begin your answer with the word with. First, you need to identify the verb that you can add the suffix ment. Yes, we can add the suffix ment to the word announce to give you announcement. The transformed sentence will look like this. With the minister's announcement of early school closure, students could now take a longer term break. Notice that the word of is added after the new noun announcement, and a comma is added after the first clause to replace the full stop at the end of the first sentence in the question. How do we change a sentence? By changing verbs into nouns by adding suffix -al. Let's take a look at this question. Rohan renewed his employment contract. He could work for another 2 years. If you're supposed to begin your answer with the word upon, again, identify the verb that you can add the suffix -al. That's right, you can add -al to the word renew to give you renewal. The final sentence will look like this. Upon renewal of his employment contract, Rohan could work for another 2 years. Again, the word of is added after the word renewal and comma is added after the first clause. Let's review the steps you need to transform sentences by changing verbs into nouns. First, you need to examine the question and words that appear as part of the answer. Next, you need to identify the verb that needs to be changed to a noun. You can do this either by changing the spelling of the word or adding suffixes. Next, you need to add the word of after the new noun. Add a comma after writing the first clause. And lastly, do check that you have written down all the necessary words and check for spelling errors. That's all for today. We hope you have enjoyed and understood what was taught in this lesson